Sultanas are our slaves. Nigeria is Allah's gift to the Fulani. This is according to Aliyu Ismaila Gwarzo. Aliyu Ismaila Gwarzo, a one-time national security advisor to late military head of state, General Sani Abacha, has shockingly revealed what awaits Nigeria in its future. According to him, the Fulanis are born to rule Nigeria as their great-grandfather Shehu Usman Fodio and the Mujahideen fought for it, and their grandfather Saudana Sir Ambadu Bello expanded their borders and frontiers. He continued, "The problem with you Southerners is that you can never understand the North. We are a mystery to you, and you can never comprehend us, despite all your boasting that you are better than us in education, better than us logically, better than us in everything. You claim to be educated, but in fact, you are uneducated and uncivilized. What do you know about education, and what has it done for you? We Fulani toss a small bone to you from our table, and you betray and fight each other like dogs for it. You crawl before us and beg us for it. You bow down when you see us. That is your lot in life. You are nothing more than beggars, cowardly and contented slaves." Hamadu Bello's quote, "The new nation called Nigeria should be an estate of our great-grandfather, Uthman Dan Fodio. We must ruthlessly prevent a change of power. We use the minorities of the North as willing tools and the South as the conquered territory, and never allowed them to rule over us, and never allowed them to have control over their future. Just as your fathers served us, so you shall serve us. So your children shall serve us, and just as your children shall serve us, so their children shall serve us. We are born to rule, and leadership is in our blood. No one in this country can stop or change it. No one can touch us. Allah has given us Nigeria. It is a gift from our forefathers to us. Our great-grandfather Shehu Usman Fodio and the Mujahideen fought for it. Our grandfather, the Saudana Ambadu Bello, expanded the frontiers and borders. History has it that Shehu Usman Fodio was born on the 15th December 1754 and died 20th of April 1817 in Sokoto. He was a revolutionary, if I use that word, an activist, religious and military leader, and writer and Islamic promoter, and was the founder of the Sokoto Caliphate. He was the leader of the Fulani hegemony in the 7th, 18th, and 19th century, and successfully waged wars in Futa Budu, Futa Toro, Fauta Jalon between 1650 and 1750, where they created 3 Islamic states. He also inspired jihad in a number of West African countries, including northern Nigeria. Aliyu Gwarzo further said that, "You see, the most effective chains are the invisible ones. We already have you in those chains, but you don't know. We took power back in 2015. We shall not release it to Southerners or unbelievers again. Our father, President Muhammadu Buhari, has come to complete the job and is doing very well. Every Fulani, whether from Mali, Senegal, Guinea, Niger, Chad, Cameroon, or anywhere else is our brother and has a right to be here with us. We are Fulani before Nigeria, and our allegiance is to our Fulani brothers all over the world, all over West Africa. Guinea, Niger, Chad, Cameroon, Mali, Senegal. We are Fulani. We will conquer the South, and we will do it in the name of one Nigeria. We shall remain the masters, and you shall remain the slaves. None of you are going anywhere. Nigeria will never break. We will never allow it." Now, these are quotes that has been alleged to have been spoken by Aliyu Ismaila Gwarzo, a one-time national security advisor to late military head of state, General Sani Abacha. Now, either you believe it or not is not the point. The reality is what we have to look into, and that is what has been played out for a long time now. I'm not talking about political, politics that is being played by the South and North most of the time. I'm not talking about the politicians that are fed fat. They fed fat on the loot. They have put people at the mercy of their wickedness. They've brought people down on their knees. People are now crawling. They give you a pack of rice, indomie, onions. During election, they give them 1,000 naira. Then they get him back there. They steal and keep stealing. The same people that need you to come out during election and the same people that need you to fight during election, they will never allow their family members, their children, to get married to you, to your own children, because you are peasants. They were never any royal, but you made them royalties. You call them Sai Baba, you say Ogasa, you say a lot of things to them. These are just ordinary people that have decided to use their mind in a different way, use their thought in a different way. And you have decided to make them what they are. You have become docile, you've become subservient other than them. You've become a servant while they are the ruler. This is terrible. It's like a fiefdom where you are the slave while they are the master, they are the ruler. Now let's get back to the issue of the ₦SΑFULANI and what is really happening. Like I do say, Nigeria can only move forward if we break the system, if we divide the country. South, middle belt, north. That's just what it is. That is the only way it will be, because that is what it has been originally before the first marriage. Nigeria has expired, like I do say, January 2014. It expired because it is a 100 years marriage. It has expired. So I wouldn't know what they are doing right now, but as a lot of people from the South and the North claim that they have what it takes to move a country that is not supposed to exist forward, then let's see what it is all about. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has pushed. A lot of people are clamoring for a breakaway, breakaway from the contraption called Nigeria. Although breaking away from Nigeria is on one side, there is a backbone of every of this thing, and that is total zero tolerance to corruption, dominating other people, dominating other ethnic groups. This is what we need to also look into deeply, and that is what we see that is being played in all of these narratives. Either these narratives are credited to Usman Dan Fodio, are credited to Aliyu, Gwarzo. It is either it is true or not. When you see at the end of the day, all of the statements simply indicates that one tribe, one ethnic group wants to rule over other people, and that is simply wickedness, and that's just what it is. So solution to all of this, whenever conflicts are on and keep getting on and it doesn't stop, it keeps getting fired up and doesn't stop, it is for the groups of people that are in such partnership to do what? Take a step backward and do what? Reflect. And what is this step backward? Is for them to cut off from that contraption, from that first marriage, and reflect and do the right thing. That reflection is when I talk about zero tolerance to corruption and oppression. That is just what it is. So this is a typical characteristics of ₦SΑFULANI. This is a typical characteristic. Again, I'm going to make it, into, I say first, ₦SAFULANI. This is also a typical characteristic of a typical Nigerian. That's the word I'm going to use. This is something that you can link to a typical Nigerian. This is the way they operate. This is the way they think. This is the way they oppress. Ethnic oppression, religious oppression, tribal oppression. What is the way forward? That is what we should begin to look inwards ourselves. What is the way forward? Have you stopped oppressing the other person? Because that is what these people are talking about. They want to continue to oppress. They want to be the one at the top. They want to be the one controlling the masses. They want to be the one dictating. It is always their own. It is always their own. But then you would think all of this they are clamoring and all this talk is for the betterment of their people. No. The ₦SAFULANI Ambajiris are suffering. They are all over the streets. They've been brainwashed. They don't know anything better. If you come to the southern part of Nigeria, people are going through hardship also. They are going through very tough times. People succeed because they are succeeding. Maybe you get one or two things from the government and some assistance, but the majority of the goods, the loots, majority of the very sweet things, majority of things that are supposed to have been shared all over, and there won't be any need for agitation. respect for the rule of law, decentralized government. No, that's not possible. All of these things are being pocketed by some few people. And that is the problem. So what is the way forward? Break the nation, break the country. Let us have our own nation as people. Then we'll look inwards and deal with those very evil people that we have in the south, and they deal with the people that they have in the north if they wish to. The middle belt can also do the same if they wish to. So now you know who your brother, or suppose the person that speaks your language, is. You know what they are doing. You know where it is. All these problems are coming from. So you can now be bold enough to attack them. But maybe it will be a replication of the same corrupt practices in a smaller version. But whatever it is, at least you would have broken the system down, and the problem will be in a smaller portion rather than the very big one that we have. That is, it is put in a kind of a form that is formless. That's just what it is, put in a kind of situation where we cannot actually point at what is really happening. Everything is just going in different directions. So that's just what it is. We've seen a lot of ₦SAFULANI saying words just like this. We've seen many of their elites, many of their rulers, leaders, and the rest of them repeating the same word, always trying to muzzle on the rest of the people. Why would people stay together if it is not productive? Nigeria is not productive the way it is at all. So let us break it apart. If you support this break apart, let us meet at the comment section. And if you think Nigeria should stay the way it is, if you think there is a way forward, there is a way around it, drop it in the comment section. And while you're at that, if you're not a member of this channel, may I remind you to tap on the subscription button and the red notification icon bell below. It will alert you whenever videos are uploaded. And for those who are already a member of this channel, I say a very big thank you for the support.